Okay, this one is just Motor Mouse delivers. And how is everybody today? I hope you are wonderful. I'm wonderful and feel great and love reading with you. This is Motor Mouse delivers. Oh my goodness. What's he delivering there? That looks like a rug. Big thing of roses. The contents are the radio mystery book, day of double decker, and a good game of croquet. The radio mystery book. Ooh. Motor Mouse loved a good story. He had always been quite the reader, and he always kept a tall stack of books beside his bed for nighttime reading. At bedtime, Motor Mouse enjoyed books that made him laugh or books that made him cry. But he had a rule about one certain sort of book at bedtime, and that rule was this: no mysteries, declared Motor Mouse. Ooh, maybe that would keep him from sleeping, huh? The reason for no reason for no reading at bed, no mystery reading at bedtime is that mysteries always put Motor Mouse wide awake. Then when he went on to go to sleep, he could not, and he found himself late in his kitchen buttering toast instead. Motor Mouse had tried reading mystery books during the day, a snippet here and there, but he could never really sink his teeth into them. He was a bedtime reader. He liked to play basketball in the day. Then one day, his mystery life changed. Motor Mouse was dialing his radio, searching for some band music, when one of the stations announced the radio mystery book. Oh dear. What, said Motor Mouse, mysteries on the radio? Indeed. It was a program that turned mystery books into shows on the radio. Motor Mouse was mesmerized. He wished he'd made a cup of tea for listening, and he wanted to, but once the story started, there was no going anywhere near the kettle. Every word will be vital, thought Motor Mouse. So he sat straight in his chair and listened. Oh dear. When Chapter 1 was finished, the program announced that Chapter 2 would be tomorrow. Tomorrow, cried Motor Mouse. He was not sure he could bear it, not knowing what happened next until tomorrow. If the hotel keeper opens the drawer, said Motor Mouse, whatever will he find? He did not think he could wait another day to know. In fact, he was sure of it. He drove his motor car to the library. Uh-oh. Motor Mouse rushed inside and found the mystery book itself. Aha, said Motor Mouse. Now I won't have to wait until tomorrow for Chapter 2. He seated himself rather proudly at a table. He looked at the mystery book, and at once he did not want to open it. I am at a crossroads, Motor Mouse called to a reader sitting at the other end of the long table. Shh, said the reader, and pointed to the quiet sign. A crossroads, cried Motor Mouse. Oh, look at this story, the flamingo's legs. Oh my goodness, so long. The reader moved to another table. Motor Mouse groaned, all alone at his crossroads. Should he open the book and read Chapter 2 on his own today, or should he wait and listen to the radio mystery book with everyone else tomorrow? Oh dear, Motor Mouse. Motor Mouse paused to remember how it felt to listen to the radio mystery book, how his toes had tingled and his whiskers had wiggled. Were there any tingling toes or wiggling whiskers happening now? No. Motor Mouse put the book back on its shelf and went home to survive the day as best he could. The next day, with a cup of tea well in hand, Motor Mouse sat down on the radio to listen to Chapter 2. What the hotel keeper found in the drawer was the professor's green glove. Ha! Shouted Motor Mouse. He could have found this out the day before at the library, but Motor Mouse was happy he had waited. There can be great joy in anticipation. And he reminded himself of this when he very nearly drove off to the library to read Chapter 3. Oh, silly guy. Day of the double-decker. This is a double-decker bus. And look at people on the river and the monarch duck and her babies. And the fish with headphones. My goodness. All week, Motor Mouse drove around town making deliveries. He was quite good at it, and his customers were always happy to see him. On Mondays, he delivered roses. On Tuesdays, he delivered oats. On Wednesdays, he delivered cloth. And on Thursdays, he delivered coffee beans. The rest of the week was for lolling around, which he was also good at. He got his earphones on, his feet up, popcorn, cookies, soda, chocolates, and his hat on the floor. But one day, the unthinkable happened. His motor car would not start. "No!" cried Motor Mouse in disbelief as he turned the key and heard nothing. Motor Mouse rang his friend Winston, who was a mechanic. Winston came right over. He looked at the motor car from end to end, and then he shook his head. "This car needs a week in the shop," Winston said, patting the car on its hood. "Happens to the best of them, but today is Rose Day. How will I make my delivery?" "You can borrow my bug if you like," said Winston. But just then a double-decker bus rolled by. The sign that said, "We go everywhere." "That's it," said Motor Mouse. "I will take the bus." "The view from the upper deck is quite nice," said Winston. "Yes," said Motor Mouse. The day was looking much better. Winston promised to tow the car to his garage, and Motor Mouse ran to the bus shelter. Bus routes. Lake Pond Puddle, 39, 74, 39, 15, Post Office School. You Are Here, Library, Shaftesbury Station, Flower Shop, Sleepyhead Inn. Oh my goodness, it looks like it does go a long ways. He found a route map and a timetable inside. Bus 74 would take him to the flower shop to pick up the roses, and Bus 15 would take him to the Sleepyhead Inn, where he always delivered them. It would be an adventurous day. When Bus 74 arrived, Motor Mouse bought a ticket from the driver, climbed the stairs to the upper deck. "Oh, lovely," thought Motor Mouse as he sat down and looked out over the town. He was practically at the tops of the trees. As the bus rode along, Motor Mouse admired the views. With his fellow passengers, they rode beside the canal. Then they crossed the river. Look at this. And all these little earphones on these fish. That's funny. A fellow passenger offered Motor Mouse one of her dairy milk chocolate bars, and Motor Mouse felt so content that he nearly forgot all about his motor car troubles. What a nice person to give him a candy bar. At Shaftesbury Station, Motor Mouse gave the conductor his ticket and hopped off to head for the flower shop. He collected a large bunch of roses, then waited for bus 15. When it arrived, Motor Mouse climbed the stairs to the top, but when he stepped onto the upper deck, what should he find missing but the roof? This was the Green Line bus, and Green Line buses had open-air decks. "Oh dear," thought Motor Mouse, "the elements." He hoped it would not rain. It rained. Yet everyone on board remained quite cheerful. Many had brought along umbrellas just in case, and a very nice passenger shared his with Motor Mouse and the roses. What a nice man. He's meeting nice people on these buses. Okay, come on now. When Motor Mouse finally arrived at the Sleepyhead Inn, the innkeeper was happy to see him, and she gave him a warm cup of tea in her parlor so he might dry out. It is amazing what the lack of a car can bring, thought Motor Mouse as he sipped his tea. At the end of the day, Motor Mouse walked over to Winston's garage, stopping to buy a dozen fresh scones on the way. How many drivers are lucky enough to have a mechanic as a friend? At the garage, Winston was delighted by the gifts. No one had ever brought him scones before. See, just nice gifts. Motor Mouse told Winston about his double-decker day. "Very nice, those upper decks," said Winston. "Yes," said Motor Mouse. Then he said goodbye and he started for home. Oats delivery tomorrow, thought Motor Mouse as he walked. He pulled a soggy timetable from his pocket. Though he could miss his motor car all week, though he would miss his motor car all week long, Motor Mouse knew that everything was going to be all right. Double deckers go everywhere, and they are full of kindness. That was fun. A good game of croquet. One nice summer evening before dark, Motor Mouse enjoyed nothing more than a good game of garden croquet with his brother Valentino. They had been playing the game for years, and they always played to win. Croquet is about winning, Valentino always said. Agreed, Motor Mouse always agreed. The brothers were equally good, so each enjoyed his share of winning. One day at twilight, Valentino was placing the hoops on the lawn for a game when he got a notion. I think we should play differently this time, he said to Motor Mouse. Differently? Asked Motor Mouse as he unpacked the mallets and balls. Yes, said Valentino. I think we should play to lose. Loser takes all. What? Said Motor Mouse. Have you been watching that show again? Asked Motor Mouse. What show? The Peaceful Planet show, said Motor Mouse. Valentino pointed to the sky. The cloud looks like your motor car, he says to Motor Mouse. Have you? Asked Motor Mouse loudly. Yes, said Valentino, blushing. Whenever you watch that show, you want to save the world, said Motor Mouse. Yes, said Valentino. Well, cut it out, yelled Motor Mouse. You should use your peaceful voice, said Valentino. I don't want to, yelled Motor Mouse. I want to play croquet, and I want to win. All right, said Valentino. It was just a notion. Picked up the red and yellow mallet. Motor Mouse picked up the gray and blue mallet. Now let's have a jolly good game, said Motor Mouse. They tossed a coin. Valentino would go first. Oh, excuse me, guys. Oh, whack. Valentino's mallet knocked the ball cleanly through the first hoop. He played on. Whack through the second hoop. Second hoop. Whack through the third. Motor Mouse watched with his mouth wide open as Valentino's ball went straight through all the hoops until it hit the peg at the finish. How did you do that? Asked Motor Mouse. Peacefully, said Valentino. Oh, my goodness. Oh, for Pete's sake, said Motor Mouse. Well, I can match your score, and I will do it forcefully. Motor Mouse positioned his blue ball. Prepare for astonishment, he told his brother. Motor Mouse swung his mallet at the ball with all his might, and whack, he parked it right up against hoop 2. What? Said Motor Mouse. I never parked a hoop 2. Valentino smiled. Maybe you should watch Peaceful Planet, he said. And for Pete's sake, said Motor Mouse. The game continued, but not for long, because Valentino ran his red ball through the hoops like butter, while Motor Mouse kept parking his blue one. You win, muttered Motor Mouse. Valentino took a deep breath and slowly released it. I feel so peaceful, he said, as he wrote down all his points on the scoreboard. Well, snap out of it, said Motor Mouse. They prepared for a second game, but just as the game was about to start, a speeding bumblebee ran right into Valentino's nose. Ow, yelled Ow, ow, ow. Let me help you, cried Motor Mouse. He quickly scooped up some wet mud from under the roses and rushed to Valentino's aid. Motor Mouse packed Valentino's nose in mud. Ow, Valentino whimpered. There, said Motor Mouse. I will sing you a tune until the stinging stops. Motor Mouse sang his tune. Valentino grew drowsy and went to sleep. The croquet hoops and balls and mallets sat still as night fell. When Valentino finally woke up, he felt much better. You are a nice brother, he said to Motor Mouse. Oh, stop it, said Motor Mouse. But he was pleased nonetheless that Valentino thought so. I don't know why I wanted to play to lose, said Valentino. Winning is really fun. Yes, said Motor Mouse, and next time I intend to. When they packed up their croquet bag, they packed up their croquet bag and walked to the house. Life was full. And how much fun do they have together, huh? So take care, my babies, and talk with you soon. Love to all.